it just Black American women have to settle?
Hi everyone, welcome to Shimmer Girl Talks. I got this video clip from Candid Convos, fair use. I'm going to share the original video in the description box. But I wanted to address what this woman said in a clip that I'm going to share right here.
Like people, like even through marriage, like people want their daughters to go to the man with the most money, the most wealth. Like so I feel like, is it just Black American women have to settle for less money? Because it's confusing me, because even like Indians, like they ain't about to be married. They don't want their daughters. They're like conscious of that. Like, why other cultures are like, I want you to get the best man, the wealthiest man. So is it just like we want Black American women to settle down with less wealth because of the situation we're in? When in other cultures, that's like around the world, that's what it is. The man with the most money, he gets the better wife or the.
It absolutely boggles my mind when I hear Black women say things like this. I have been online for over 20 years in forums. This was before YouTube, so in forums, mostly geared towards Black women. And the amount of anti-marriage rhetoric that I have seen come from Black women astounded me. And this was 20 years ago. So when I hear women say things like, oh, is it only Black women who are told to settle? Let me tell y'all something. You settle when you have children out of wedlock. You settle when you prioritize everything else over getting a husband early on in life. And let me tell y'all about the Indian ladies that this woman mentioned. Indians, Asians, Middle Eastern, white women. I have worked with all of those races of women, and I have lived in their communities. Well, white communities, and then a lot of times you have like the Asians and the Middle Eastern people, you have pockets of them. One thing that I can tell you about those women in those communities, they eat, drink, and breathe. I want a husband. I got to get married. I don't care about anything else. I need a husband. And another thing that I can tell you about them, they don't be having children with Ramud and Todd and Stephen Yang. And they don't be, for the most part, they don't have a whole brood of children before they get married. The difference between those communities and our communities, a lot of times Black women tend to have this, it's a word I want to use. It's not, I can't think of the word I want to use. They don't care. At least that's what they tell you. I ain't pressed for marriage. Marriage ain't a goal. And if y'all don't believe me, and I've mentioned this here multiple times before, go to forums that are geared towards Black women, type in marriage, start a marriage conversation, and see how many women come at you about marriage don't mean nothing. I don't need to be married to be whole. A man don't define me. This is why the marriage rate in the Black community is down. It's not that Black women can't get married, but it's a mindset that goes towards the idea of marriage. So those other cultures prioritize marriage. I remember talking to this nurse. It was a white nurse. She wasn't married yet. She might have been 30. I don't even think I was married yet. But we were sitting down. It was kind of a slow day. And she told me point blank, period, I want marriage, the white picket fence, the whole shebang. A lot of the Black nurses I worked with, the phlebotomists, whatever their job titles were, they were mothers, but they weren't wives. The white women that I worked with, even the ones from like Eastern Europe and places like that, And like I said, the Middle Eastern, the Asian women, they might have lived with their boyfriends. They might have been having their hot girl summers. But one thing I can tell you, they weren't bringing forth children. They were waiting for marriage to do that. But let me discuss something really quick. So the woman said, but you know, other races, they want their daughters to marry the best man possible and stuff like that. Let me tell you again, I grew up and lived around different cultures. They might get married young and then go move into their parents' basement. Notice I said parents, not her babe, not her single mother or his single mother. Typically, one of their parents, set of their parents, they would go live in their basement for a year, save up their money for a down payment on a house. Or because their parents were married, they were able to give them a substantial amount of money to put down towards a house. The issue with us isn't that black women can't get married, it's the mindset surrounding marriage. So when I see topics like this and black women acting so clueless, and she looks like she might be a little long in the tooth to be saying that. And I can say that because I'm pretty sure I'm a good decade or more older than her. But I had to learn, I knew a lot of this stuff when I was in my 30s, before I was even married. And again, when I would be on those black forums, female forums, the amount of names that I would be called when I was talking pro-marriage, pick me, male identify, all of that stuff, that comes out of black women's mouths. So if we can tackle the negative mindset about marriage from black women, you would start seeing more marriages in the black community. A lot of those other races, they don't just start off at the top once they get married. They work their way up. Some of them might have gotten it right off the top because they had parents that had it like that. But in our community, Shaniqua got 4 kids by 4 different men, and then she want to go looking for a man that's going to come in and take care of her and those 4 kids. That's the problem that's within our community. No one is telling black women to settle, but people are saying, number 1, be realistic. Number 2, don't be having no children until there is a ring on your finger, and then you have your kids. That's the conversation that y'all don't want to have. So that was my topic for today. Please check out my other videos, and remember, fair use for that video clip. Check out my other videos. Tell me what you think. Chime in below. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, and I will talk to you later. Bye.